Are we going? Okay, great. I wanted to talk to you all today about a question that I've been asked several times, which is, do I ever fall in love with my dance partners? And the answer is yes, always. And I'm married. Okay, let me explain. For me, I've taken what I've learned in acting and I've brought it into my dancing, because for me, I feel that the two work hand in hand. So the first time that I did a scene, it was a love scene with a partner in acting, was back in New York City. I was training with Mary T. Boyer at her studio in New York City, down near 38th and 8th Avenue, and she gave me a scene from The Shape of Things by Neil LaBute with this absolutely adorable guy named Joseph. Oh my God, Joseph Amato. Yeah, if he's out there. Hi, Joe. Anyways, I had never done a romantic scene of any kind. It actually wasn't that romantical. It was sort of their breakup scene, but there was a lot of romance behind it. I mean, they had been together. So I go into the scene study work, and our teacher had gone over the rules of acting scenes, which is, when you do a scene, you talk with your partner and you talk about boundaries, and you say, okay, so first of all, do you have any boundaries? Some actors say, I'm not comfortable with you touching me in my special areas. Other actors are like, touch me wherever, I don't care. Some actors will say, I have really weak wrists, so if, we're doing a fight scene, please don't yank on my wrists. You shouldn't yank on people's wrists anyway, but some people have, various boundaries. So you go over those. And when you're doing a scene, you prepare beforehand, you do different exercises to get into character, and then you step into the circle. And once you step into the circle, you're no longer just you are also the character. So for me, for instance, if my name were Amy in the scene, when I step into the circle, I'm Amy, and everything I do in the circle of the scenes, the rehearsal period, Amy's doing it. It's not me, Georgia. And I just mean this as far as safety issues. Obviously, you want to bring yourself to the role, but the point being, if you make out with your scene partner, it's because it's appropriate for the scene and your character is making out with that character. It's not Georgia's just here to do some scene studies so she can make out with hot guys. That's not professional. So, great. Got it. We do our first or second scene rehearsal together, and I remember we were doing an improvisation, and he leaned over and kissed me. And then he pulled away and he said, I'm so sorry. And I went, and I freaked out. I thought maybe, my scene partner was upset or I had done something wrong. And I freaked out and I ran out of the room. And then I came back in and he said, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm sorry, I thought you were mad at me. He said, no, my character was just reacting in the moment. I was like, oh my gosh. I felt like an idiot. So with all that being said, when I do a dance piece with a partner, I step into that role and I let myself fall in love with them in the moment, in the part, on stage. I'm here to be professional and do the role, and for instance, in Giselle, my God, she's so in love with him. I had to stare at my partner, Brian Grant, like he was just the living end. It was so great to get to work with someone who just allowed me to go wherever I needed to go. And my other most recent partner, Clinton Kyles, every time we do a dance together, I feel great because I feel so safe to completely allow myself to just let my love for him shine. And people have said they can see it in the videos that we create together. They can see it and feel it when we dance on stage together, when we do Nutcracker together. It just feels great. And I think that having good chemistry with your partner is wonderful. Now, no, we're not always going to get partners with great chemistry. I get that. There have been partners I've had to work with who I cannot stand. And, moments where I just, and they probably wanted to wring my neck too. I don't know. But be that as it may, when you get on stage, all of that has to be gone. All of that has to be set aside. And Or if you can't set it aside, use that frustration and turn it into an emotion that you can use. It is, you're so frustrated because your character can't have the love it needs, or your character desperately wants to be with this person but can't. And it takes time, but you know, you still have to go on stage or on screen, on camera, and be in love with that character, your character. So I will fully admit, I have, had to fall in love with people that on a normal day ain't no way in a million years. I'm not saying it's easy. That means that you have to do more homework, more, find more techniques and tools that you can use through acting, actually, if you study acting books. There's a great one by Ivana Chubbuck, her 12-step method, and she goes into specific detail about how to fall in love with somebody that you can't even stand. There are tricks out there, but eventually what happens is you come to a place where you can go there, and then the camera cuts and everyone says, cut, that's a wrap, and you're done. And maybe you don't like that person, you just say see you later, and or some other not nice thing, and you leave. But on camera it works. So the same thing with on stage. I encourage you all to start getting acting books and looking at different ways to fall in love, and bring that into your work, because boy oh boy, some of the great performances that I've seen are performances with chemistry. Now, I know these two examples, like Baryshnikov and Kelsey Kirkland, okay, apparently they had a thing off stage. Margot Fonteyn and Rudolf Nureyev, it's been rumored that they had a thing off stage. Does that mean you need to have a thing off stage with somebody? No, but it's important to take your dancing, I think, at least for me, the really great performances are the ones that go beyond just the steps. And you watch these dancers on stage fall in love with each other, and you have to fall in love with your partner over and over again. Giselle has to just fall in love and then feel herself lose that love every time you do that performance. Romeo and Juliet, you have to actually be in that moment where they first see each other and fall in love. So I recommend, again, get those acting books, watch performances, go on YouTube, find every Romeo and Juliet you possibly can. Of course, I say start with Margot Fonteyn and Rudolf Nureyev, because I think they're fabulous. But even the little rehearsal period that is between Mikhail Baryshnikov and Leslie Brown in that movie The Turning Point, they're rehearsing Romeo and Juliet at the balcony scene, and I mean, it is fabulous. So the answer to your question, do I fall in love with my dance partners? Yes, every single time. My name is Georgia. Thank you for watching Ballerina Badass. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts on this and your personal experiences with working with partners. I think there's all kinds of things that we can learn from each other. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Never give up. Never stop dancing. I love you all. Toi, toi, toi.